Welcome all to a stirring scene here in Windsor, Colorado. We enter the Future Legends complex with the tilt today. A clash of far-flung foes. Northern Colorado Hailstorm hosts Charlotte Independence, and here's how it went down the last time they tussled on this field in the Jaeger Cup. It starts off with this hammer hit from Luis. Welcome all to a stirring scene here in Windsor, Colorado. We enter the Future Legends complex with the tilt today. A clash of far-flung foes. Northern Colorado Hailstorm hosts Charlotte Independence, and here's how it went down the last time they tussled on this field in the Jaeger Cup. It starts off with this hammer hit from Luis Alvarez, getting Independence brought to the fore straight away, but everything Charlotte gave, Hailstorm gave a little bit more. Insert Marky Hernandez, all 5'5" of him, towering tall to tie the game late on. It would go to kicks from the mark to decide who took the extra point home with them, and Ethan Horde puts the final finishing touch on that one from the spots. Charlotte Independence go home with only the single points. If they want 3 today, they'll have to beat this man, Lalo Delgado, the goalkeeper for Northern Colorado Hailstorm's been off to a little bit of a struggling start this season. He's allowed 18 goals in 13 games. It's already more than half of what he allowed last season, and that's the level he's going to have to step up to. This defense has been a little bit leaky for Hailstorm as of late. On the other side of things will be Gabriel Oberton, making his life hard. Oberton, a player that offers as much quality as anyone in the division, a player that has won a Premier League and Manchester United, and in his 18th professional season has now compiled more assists this year than in any other year in his career. It's kind of a marvel of a feat at this stage in the campaign. Scored his first goal of the season last time out in the Jaeger Cup against Richmond Kickers for Charlotte Independence. The task is tall for them on the road, trying to get all 3 points and get back in good form after a stumbling block in the middle of their campaign. On the road here at Northern Colorado Hailstorm, two teams that don't love each other very much, not a lot of friendly feelings. We expect sparks aplenty, folks. Don't go anywhere.
Hello from NOCO Humane, your community partner for comprehensive animal welfare services in Larimer and Weld counties. While you may not recognize our new name and logo, we have more than 50 years of experience and expertise formerly operating as Larimer Humane Society. We have expanded our reach and our impact, taking on the sheltering and care of animals in Weld County in light of the dissolution of the Humane Society of Weld County. This transition ensures that vital animal services will not only continue but thrive, bringing even greater compassionate care and commitment to the pets and people of Northern Colorado. Join us as we heal, nurture, and protect more than 10,000 companion animals in the year to come. 2 shelters, 1 mission. NOCO Humane.
It's another match day, another heart-pumping rendezvous in the USL League One. It's Charlotte Independence heading west for a tangle with Colorado Hailstorm here today on ESPN+. Howdy, folks. I'm Peyton Gallagher, and although the fourth may have come and gone, expect fireworks this evening. We start with the team sheets today for Northern Colorado Hailstorm. Of course, Jake Keegan, banger against Central Valley Fuego. He steps in to deputize Ethan Horde. It's Langlois out in midfield for Dietrich, and Johnny Fenwick missing minutes for the first time this season with injury in steps Brack Evans. It's a little bit of a shuffled team for a side that has played 3 games in a week's time, but Northern Colorado unbeaten in this long stretch of games, hoping to continue that on their home patch here tonight. On to Charlotte Independence, the way things shaping up for Mike Jeffries. Here's the 11. This is a battered team, a team down a lot of important players at this point in the year, but nobody more important in the squad than J.C. Obregon in the vanguard at the 9 today. 10 goals in all competitions. Behind him, Luis Alvarez will be that deep-lying playmaker stirring the drink from behind the front 3. And then at the back, it's Ryan J.J. stepping in at center back. A lot of injuries, as we said, unavailable today. Hugh Roberts, center defensive mid, has to play center back and has to play it well against a lethal Northern Colorado Hailstorm attack here at the Future Legends Complex. To the center circle, we direct our attention. Center official today is Jose Lara, joined by AR1 Joshua Mills, AR2 William 8, the fourth official Lorenzo Lopez. Just waiting on the word of Lara to get started here. Talking to Ayman Zayed ahead of this one, he said that he doesn't necessarily understand why, but it feels like the blood is bad between these two sides. Zayed played for Mike Jeffries at Charlotte Independence. There's familiarity. That doesn't necessarily mean friendship. There's always a lot of goals when Northern Colorado and Charlotte Independence get together. The ball moves, we move, and on we go from Windsor. All the way back to Lalo Delgado to start this game. As we mentioned in pregame, he'll have a lot on his shoulders against a very potent attack from Charlotte Independence in this one. Line skipping pass, a good turn from Jackson Dietrich. Northern Colorado, who dug out the points against Central Valley Fuego, 2 late goals in that one to salvage something and keep this unbeaten run alive. They had won 7 in a row prior to that. 1 point taken, the 2-2 draw as the foul is called on the near touchline here. It's Bruno Rendon, it looks like. That's taken a bit of a knock, and that would be a big blow early on, less than a minute in. Let's have a look here. You see he just gets stepped on. Fabrice Nga leaving a stud in. Rendon does look okay to continue. Rendon with 9 goals in all competitions to lead the side for Northern Colorado. Looking forward immediately. It is Rendon trying to wrap in. Nga in front. 2 bodies to defend Rendon. Oprah over the top. Kwakwa back to Oprah. Crossing the area and just cut out and cleared. A little bit frantic there on the near side, and it's out for a throw-in. Kwakwa. Incisive pass. Oprah fires in a cross, and it's out for the first corner of the game. Northern Colorado does like a set piece. They're tied for 3rd in the league with 4 set piece goals. Important to note, they've not played that many league games to date. Corner kick brought to you by Meadow Gold. Only 8 heading into this one for Northern Colorado. This is the near post. Chelo Martinez can't enter the area. Back to Powder, ball in, flicked on, pushed over the bar by Austin Pack. Last year's goalkeeper of the year in USL League One steps up with a big paw. And Charlotte Independence backed in. Hailstorm renew the threat from the flag. Chelo Martinez, who missed the last game, nursing a little bit of a knock. Back in the 11 today, the only true 10 at the disposal of Ayman Zayed. He certainly welcomed him back for selection. In once more. Pack holds. A strong catch from him. His knee a bit tender as he examines himself. Charlotte Independence trying to proceed out of their own end. Alvarez trying to touch it around Kwakwa, and he's tangled with and fouled. High header. It's a Charlotte side that have struggled to start fast as of late. Applying the pressure far downfield. Yamazaki forced into the giveaway. But that was something Mike Jeffries highlighted. He wanted his team to get into the action early, get their teeth stuck in. It's a good ball into the box. Obregon. Tiny touches, serve to the back post. Nobody's there. No nonsense defending there from Yamazaki. Takes it out for a corner. End-to-end stuff in the first 5. Look back here at Austin Pack, intervening on what looked like it might be destined for the back of the net. A clip ball in and just nodded towards the target by David Garcia, a player who is lethal on set pieces. Last year scored twice for North Carolina FC against this very Hailstorm side in the postseason. Ball in. That's a dangerous ball, just ducked out of danger. Once more in. Not dealt with, shots away. Some cries for a handball, and Kwakwa clears. And that would have spiked the heart rate. Rendon races to the other end. Well defended there at the back by Omar Sis. And flown downfield. Spielman. Shape shuffled around after the corner kick right now for Charlotte Independence. Oprah. And custody of the ball now belonging to Northern Colorado as they play back to their goalkeeper, Delgado. Eamon Zayed back on the touchline after a serving suspension in the last match. Got chippy at the end. Saw a pair of red cards shown to members of the coaching staff of Central Valley Fuego and Northern Colorado. That ball has too much carry. It's out of play for a throw. Fabrice Inga subbed off with a little bit of an injury in the last match against Richmond. Some question maybe about whether or not he'd be able to contribute today, but in the 11 and holding down this near flank for Charlotte Independence. Skipping back to Pack. And Spielman, one of only 2 outfield players this season to have played all 1,350 minutes for Charlotte Independence. Nick Spielman. He looks on as his side moves to the other end. Seeing Luis Alvarez deployed in a very deep-lying role today, picking the ball up off the back, getting into the hole. And this shuffled lineup today for Mike Jeffries. Oberton, a bit of class. Back into Oberton, just runs over his toes. Rendon on a spin. That's what he can do, though. Those undressing little flicks that can certainly unlock the opponent. Haruki Yamazaki. Spun downfield. Circling in the corner. Dietrich. Oprah. Could this be something? Martinez forced to fly it back into the center. Breck Evans. Nice interplay here. Connecting the dots, rhyming passes together. Deflected ball in the box. Some cries for handball in the area. Play on, says the center. Both sides trying to find the beat in the first 10 minutes. It seemed very open, though, so far. Seven games all-time played between these two foes, and in those contests there have been a total of 30 goals scored. Much of the same feeling today. Switching pass, and can't find purchase of it and commits a foul as Oprah had it well shielded. A little bit feisty. We told you there was no love lost at the top of the show. That didn't feel very malicious though, just a tangling of feet. Inga. Omar Sis. Back-to-back starts for him after making his first start since June. Last contest against Richmond. Been a little bit of inconsistency in that pivot so far this year for Mike Jeffries. Both these teams like to play a 4-2-3-1 type of shape. I believe it's over 5 pairings at this point that they've deployed Charlotte Independence in that crucial role. This is nice work up the field. Carlton Belmar. And once more, it's Oprah. Puts his body between the man and the ball. Northern Colorado building away. Cheever Brothers Painting is your go-to residential painting expert in Northern Colorado. Call them anytime at 970. We paint Cheever Brothers Painting, the local painters you can trust. Pocket of space here. Kwakwa. Rainbowing past the far side, across the frame of goal, and just not keen to it. Bruno Rendon took an ugly hop and up and off his shoulder. The unlocking power, though, of Northern Colorado. That was 2 passes and through. Inga must be careful not to fall asleep at the back stick. Rendon always lurking, coming off his first game without a goal in what feels like forever. Had scored in his last 8 prior to the Central Valley Fuego game, and he had plenty of chances. Just couldn't quite find the final article there. Alvarez getting his foot on it. Flushed wide. Spielman. Down to the wide side. Scrapping is Oberton. Unable to come out clean in that duel and charge to the other end. Alvarez tilting away, turning it back to his side. Creeping up on the quarter-hour mark. Swept wide and left behind the target. Overton was trying to play in Dimmick there. Running onto it. This is Hailstorm doing what they do. They win a foul far upstream. It's the first caution of the match. Ryan JJ gets his name taken. Jose Lara, his 37th professional game refereed. Player that gets the card again there, Ryan JJ. Not much doubt there, stopped a promising attack. But back to the center official, 152 yellow cards shown in those 36 games. It's about 4.2 per contest. Two teams that fancy themselves a bit physical. Certainly could play a factor throughout. Northern Colorado Hailstorm have never had a player sent off in their existence as a club over these last 3 seasons. Ball in, back post, it's a great delivery. Hailstorm just unable to work it out. There were several options in the region. And Austin Pack has fallen to his backside. The backup today, Matt Levy, has yet to make a professional appearance, but it looks like he might just about do so today. As last year's all-league first-team goalkeeper Austin Pack, who helped his side to the league championship tie against North Carolina FC, is down and being examined. Right from the opening bell in the first 5 minutes, it felt like he may have done something to himself. Certainly looked a little bit addled, but was trying to carry on. And when play stopped there, he just fell to his backside immediately with an expression of dejection on his face, just took his gloves off. And right now, as you see those gloves on the field, those fingers wrapped, trying to sort himself out. Has a discussion with the referee. I think seeing if maybe he can carry on potentially. A moment for the two teams to get a swig of water. Has been pushing 90 degrees in the area in northern Colorado. I know, talking to Ayman Zayed this week, he was, I guess, a little bit enamored with the heat, was enjoying it. In our conversation, he said he was sitting out on his deck after enjoying the Euro matches earlier that day. I'm sure the squads on this field will appreciate a little bit of extra time to talk tactics and get some water. It looks like Austin Pack's going to put the gloves back on. He had an own goal the last time these teams played in Colorado last season in league play. Maybe trying to wash some of that bad taste out of his mouth against this side. Austin Pack, the all-time record holder for saves in a USL League One single season last year with 116, and the reason why, in large part, dependability. He doesn't miss matches, and he will push through whatever kind of injury he may have picked up, at least for now. Running away from his own end is Spielman. Well-weighted ball into Nga. Oberton settling. Nga once more trying to pick the lock. It's a little bit of a lazy ball back to Spielman. Puts him in a tight spot, but a feathery touch to take it down, and away goes Alvarez. He fires a ball into the channel. Collision at the byline. What's the decision? It's a goal kick, it seems. Well, that guy's got an opinion. Switching ball. Skyscraper over to Rendon. Scuffs off his head and out for an Independence throw. Nga. Risky pass across the goal mouth, but it works out. Ryan JJ. Northern Colorado, not a team that liked to press very much. They've won the ball the least of any side in the division. In the opponent's final third, only 19 times this year. Jello Martinez leading the line right now. Independence approaching midfield. JJ allowed time to think about it on the ball. Unable to tame it on the first touch. That was Joel Johnson. Actually was a teammate of Ayman Zayed in Northern Colorado. Rather, I should say in Charlotte Independence, when Zayed was playing for Mike Jeffries in the twilight phases of his career. Zayed scored 8 goals in 25 appearances. Second highest score on the team that season. Year 2018, but the side missed the playoffs that year in one of their final seasons in the USL Championship before moving down to USL League One. That's good pressure. Shots away. And just off the mark, Cello Martinez fabricated that chance from thin air. And that's what they were missing in the midweek. Northern Colorado. Dynamism and doggedness from their number 10. Settled well. Obregon. He sharpens his blade. Gets by Evans. Well intercepted by Haruki Yamazaki. How about that touch? Dietrich. Martinez. Flung forward. Runners arriving. Ball into the box. Glanced away. It's Kwakwa now. Still Kwakwa running. Awaiting support. Cello Martinez. David Garcia on a stroll. Rendon trying to sort it out. Noah Powder got it all wrong. Powder leading the side in shots from outside the 18. Didn't quite have the connection there. Once more, it's Spielman allowed to move forward. Finds Oberton, well spotted. Oberton, wedge shot to the far corner. Running onto it, Joel Johnson. Game of pinball there on the far flank and out for a throw-in, belonging to Northern Colorado. Oprah hanging high. It's Rendon. Bruno Rendon. Well covered. I believe it was Ryan JJ in there at the top of the 6th, denying that pass into the back post. And it's just so instant. When a player like Bruno Rendon is the one posing the question, seems to always find the space and press the issue, as he did there. Run of Jake Keegan was crashing the box. He's yet to be involved much, Keegan. Making only his 3rd start of the year. Ball in from Powder. Well-worked routine, but the final product once more elusive. Header up and over the bar. Feels like Northern Colorado are starting to grip the game a bit here. Almost halfway through this first frame. Spielman. Snaking, dribbling, gone. A tight spot, he's giving it away. It's Keegan. Keegan flashing across the area and cleared. Almost won the ball too fast. Nobody there to put themselves on the right end of that. This is the highest you've seen Northern Colorado engage an opponent, though, you would say, in some time. Kwakwa. Sniffed out by Oberton. The wily vet getting forward. This is Luis Alvarez. Driving and dribbling and dropping it off. Bouncing in the box. Delgado a little bit hazy as he came for that, but gets the job done, puts 2 gloves to it. There's Carlton Belmar ushering in the threat there on this near side. Team leader in substitution appearances this year, Belmar, with 7 in league play, getting the start today. Press back to Delgado. Going route 1 now. Tapped along to Keegan. Retreating into goal is Pack. And swept away. Foul called. You saw Pack there. If he is hobbled at all, significant in those balls over the top. Unable to close the distance there and just had to fall off and hope his defense could get the job done. In that case, they do. And that may be it. You see the goalkeeper warming at the edge of your picture. Pack is persistent, but may not be able to push through this. Again, that is Matt Levy, who prepares himself. Signed his first pro contract last year. He was on a short-term deal and earned his way onto the squad, but again, yet to appear in a professional match, at least in a competitive setting. Looks like he might get his run out in a big spot today. Pause and play. A good time to tell you, Conduct All Electric offers full electrical services for residential, commercial, and industrial, as well as 24-hour emergency services for their clients in northern Colorado. Very aptly put, emergency services required, but Charlotte Independent's the one that's requesting. It's Matt Levy stepping in to replace Austin Pack, the goalkeeper. Always can have a destabilizing effect when a goalkeeper must be changed, especially so early on. Opposite number, Lalo Delgado looking on. Every goalkeeper's been there. You have a moment early in a game, maybe tweak something doesn't quite feel right, and you try and press through it. But Austin Pack, despite his best effort, it looked like he thought better of it. He might press on even through this. And it looks like he will. Matt Levy had the gloves on, was ready to go, but told to take a seat. Up ahead to Obregon and out for a throw-in. High pressure, wins the ball. Obregon puts his crosshairs on the target, has it poked away. Oprah spreading wide. Kwakwa dropping in, driving a ball to the near side. Rendon on a platter. Heavy first touch, and he's lost it. Good skill from Kwakwa. Back into Rendon. Bruno Rendon bouncing off tackles as Kwakwa goes down. He requires attention as well. It's been fight-filled and physical. As we take a look back at what happened to Kwakwa behind the play, he delivered that ball into Rendon, who bounced right off the tackle of Nga. That doesn't really tell you much about what happened to Kwakwa. He's been brilliant so far. You could argue the best player on the pitch for Northern Colorado, really marshaling the game, dropping in, finding space, and then finding the avenue forward. Asked to do it today. Patrick Langlois getting a rest. Usually performs that role for this side. As he's up to his feet. Kwakwa started the last two games, getting the nod again here today. And there is the change. A Quiznos substitution. And it's Patrick Langlois, who is plenty capable. Kwakwa had shown brightly, but his day is done, only a half hour in. And the Aussie joins the fray. Spielman scoops the ball over to the opposite side. JJ. Independence in need of industry. Trying to create something. They've not had much. Skipped wide. It was Johnson running on. It's out for a throw-in. Independence view this as maybe a chance to get it into the mix, or no. Short into Oberton. Has it pinched away. Plowed into the center. Taylor Martinez unable to sift through that thicket of defenders. And it's been a lower tempo than expected so far. You would have thought it may have been a little bit more bare knuckle. Winning team in the previous 2 league matches between these sides has scored 4. As we know, though, evidenced on Wednesday, Northern Colorado can score in a hurry. Twisting into the center. Refusing to press. Northern Colorado. Oprah in. A little bit of a listless lofting ball from Garcia. Matched in turn by a failed effort there from Charlotte Independence, and back with Noko. Shuttle downfield to Rendon. It's a good way to get forward, but this time unable to sort it out. Alvarez up for grabs now. Brought in tow by Noko. Powder plowing it wide. Yamazaki now peering in. And Dietrich. Rendon flips it on Oprah. Starting to stir a bit right now, Northern Colorado. Repulsed back to their own ad. Obertat pumping his legs to try and apply some pressure. Oprah finds himself in a lot of green grass. It's lucky Oprah. Served in, stabbed away. Belmar takes it off his chest, clears it out, avoids a corner kick. Driving now. Dietrich has a go. Test the gloves of Pack. He passes with flying colors this time as he pushes wide. Martinez. Dietrich wouldn't do it again, would he? Yamazaki. Haruki Yamazaki. Fullback to fullback. It's Oprah. It's Rendon. It's Oprah again. and ducked away. Darting out for another throw. Northern Colorado starting to get the Pistons pumping. It was Dietrich from deep distance. Just smacking the ball. This side had not scored a goal from outside the 18 until Real Gil's heroics late on in the 100th minute against Central Valley Fuego to draw level at 2-2. Dietrich nearly made it the second of the season there. Pack had it covered. Oprah renews the interest across the goal mouth. Still for grabs. Dietrich just touched wide. It's starting to get a little bit nervy as Northern Colorado turn up the pressure, and Austin Pack feeling the heat there. Oprah with a smart ball in to Martinez, who just put pace to it. Rendon couldn't finish, then Dietrich couldn't either. But there was nobody to the stand contest. That ball's on frame. It's 1-0. Spielman. Fleet feet from him. It's Obertan holding off the defender Garcia. Obertan tests Lalo Delgado at the other end, and Lalo fumbles it away. Two goalkeepers haven't had much to do. That will get them drawn into the contest for sure. Obertan slashing that ball. That's always tough for a goalkeeper trying to judge a bounce that tight end. And ultimately it doesn't matter as the ball stays out of the back of the net. Job done for Delgado. More to do here though, as the corner kick poses a real threat. Alvarez hurled in and just guided away at the back post. They'll do it again from the far flag. Looks like it's Fabrice Enga trotting over to take it. Only 2 goals on set pieces this year for Charlotte Independence, joint lowest in the league. Can they do something here? Back post ball. Just jabbed away, latching on. This is Alvarez splitting defenders, but covered up in the end. And on the break now maybe. Looking up. Yamazaki into Rendon. Pack a little bit awkward as he scrambled out to meet that, but as the catch is made by Ayman Zayed. That'll do. You don't want to belabor the point, but Austin Pack certainly not 100% at this point. And it feels like Hailstorm might know that. We're trying to put him in uncomfortable positions. Ask him to step up time and time again and just figure out where his limits are. Almost like a stress test at this stage. Of course, on that shot from way downtown from Jackson Dietrich early on. Some of these dump-in chases might be a little bit more lethal with the current state of the goalkeeper of Charlotte Independence. Oprah. Martinez snaking away. Entering the final throws of this first half. Still scoreless. Working towards the area. Quilting passes together right now, Hailstorm. Powder fights off Alvarez, Yamazaki. Powder lays it off. It's a poor decision. Obregon racing away. And now Oberton threading it through Obregon and Garcia come together. And it's a goal kick. Well defended. So far, biteless. Lalo Delgado displeased as his side give it away. Alvarez, you think he would start to move further and further up the field, get more involved in the attacking stages. Feels like Independence have really missed his presence and quality in the final third. Johnson left it behind Oberton. Just a little bit out of time right now. Two teams that have failed to find the rhythm. Spielman. JJ. Now all the way wide. Dimmick and back into JJ. And you just again get to observe how committed to that mid-lying block Northern Colorado are. The ball poses no threat to them that far away from their own goal. Spielman. Finally, Martinez does trigger, forces Pack to go long. Held up. Carlton Belmar trying to clip it forward, out for a throw-in. Becker Safety and Supply has you covered from head to toe. They provide industry-leading products and services to help keep you safe. Located in Windsor and Greeley and online at beckersafety.com. Flag points in favor of Charlotte Independence. The Jacks hoping to jumpstart this contest if they can puncture their opponent ahead of halftime. Actually looks like a free kick here. Swerved in. Dangerous delivery. Wouldn't have mattered though. There was a whistle inside the area. I believe it was Haruki Yamazaki who was shoved over. In the midst of that, Cordy Nada bodies inside the 6. Langlois. Garcia. And misfired once more. Inga. Given away, Langlois on the prowl, Rendon. Just wildly flapping at it and can't find the ball at his feet. See how much stoppage time there will be. There have been a couple of pausations in play to allow Austin Pack to receive medical attention in this frame. Now here in the 45th minute. Inga down the line. Oberton dropping in. Saves possession. That's another risky pass across the formation, but it works out. You don't question a player of his caliber, I suppose. Ball trickles over the line. Breck Evans, Garcia, Obregon coming to contest. Showing down lines, Rendon. And once more, his first touch fails him. Sent sailing into the path of Obertot. Obertot thought about the back heel, just got stuck underneath his studs. And Gaz there. Oberton flashed that into the area. Once more, it's defended well. Nga now. Probing Nga. He didn't miss by all too much. Knuckling effort. Stricken with verve, but merely a goal kick. It's been the story of this first half, a half of almost. Final touch, final bit of invention of quality has been elusive. Lalo Delgado sending everybody away. Playing out hasn't worked to date, so we're trying to create some chaos downfield, try and get a deflection and a run in on goal. Usually is the department of Ethan Horde, all 6'5" of him, the typical 9, but out today with an injury. There's the flick on from Keegan. Falling to Keegan. Now Powder. Swept into the area. Martinez can't arrive in time. Mountainous header toward the box from Oprah. Still available to be picked up. Owned by Overton, but he did so through illegal means, and foul is called. The yellow card is shown. Kind of looked like it was being shown to Langlois. And now some discussion as Jose Lara sorts this out. It is to Langlois. Interesting decision. There was a clear and present advantage there for Northern Colorado. Blooming off the back of that shoulder-to-shoulder bump. But a caution nonetheless, the second one of the match. We saw one in the very early stages, shown to Ryan JJ. Overton. Been hyper involved so far. A player that when you add up his cumulative transfer sales throughout his career, whether it was Newcastle or Manchester United, would be more than any player in USL League One history. Nearly grossing about 20 million euros in terms of total sales throughout his career. Player that found himself in the Cup Team of the Week for his performance against Richmond Kickers at the weekend. Pack. Flickering flames of this first half. Spielman directing traffic, swinging in is Alvarez. Can't play the piercing pass. Smash to the other end with height and carry to the byline and over the byline. Just another skipping stone into the abyss. There's two managers that you would say will have worked this out well tactically. They've blunted their opponents with the approach, and in the dressing room it will be up to both Mike Jeffries and Ayman Zayed to figure out the way forward. Two sides plenty capable, though, of hoisting a trophy at the end of this. Play on, says the center official. Carlton Belmar, ground bound on his delivery, and it's out for a corner. You would fancy maybe this to be the last action of this first half. Gabriel Oberton will sign his name to this, an outswinger. Brought to you by Meadow Gold, this corner kick. Gabriel Oberton, left short, lurched in and launched away. 2 whistles in the half. It was a touch turgid, scoreless at the break. Two sides defensively stout and compact, composed, that will need to find some brightness in the dressing room here in Windsor, Colorado. Bruno Rendell didn't quite have it in that half. A struggle for him in the last match as well, coming off a flaming spurt of games over these last couple weeks. Ayman Zayed company will have to find a way to get him the ball in dangerous positions as we step aside here in Windsor. Fans on hand, trying to take in the scenes on this sun-soaked Saturday. Northern Colorado Hailstorm and Charlotte Independence inseparable after the first 45 here on ESPN+.
If you love money-saving offers and the chance to win cash, look no further than your mailbox. Valpak delivers exclusive deals to neighborhoods across America every month. Plus, a $100 check could be yours. That's right, you could win $100 instantly. No strings attached, just for opening your blue envelope. Valpak, real savings and real winning for real people. Really.
Hello from NOCO Humane, your community partner for comprehensive animal welfare services in Larimer and Weld counties. While you may not recognize our new name and logo, we have more than 50 years of experience and expertise formerly operating as Larimer Humane Society. We have expanded our reach and our impact, taking on the sheltering and care of animals in Weld County. In light of the dissolution of the Humane Society of Weld County, this transition ensures that vital animal services will not only continue but thrive, bringing even greater compassionate care and commitment to the pets and people of Northern Colorado. Join us as we heal, nurture, and protect more than 10,000 companion animals in the year to come. 2 shelters, 1 mission. NOCO Humane.
We got action here in Windsor, Colorado. It's been an action-packed couple of weeks here in USL League One. We take a look back down memory lane. Some highlights from around match week 12 in the division.
Play is Lee, plays it out to the left-hand side. Here's a shot and a goal. And look who it is, Liam McKinnon. Backs another to his name. Perimeter of the 18. Sends it centrally. Lee with the volley! pulls the advantage. Greenville up 2-0 against Charlotte.
Between the sticks, Cheney. No nonsense, puts that one away. It's Madison 1, Omaha 0. Going to try and keep things going today. It's Cheney. Pokes this one through. He already has one. Christian Cheney to try and seal the result. Laid off to Prentice, and that'll do it. In the 95th minute, Wolfgang Prentice cleans it up, and the 3 points head the way of forward back.
But now Greenville trying to go into the area. Castro scores! McKinnon to Castro gets Greenville to open the scoring. And family physicians, your expert in primary care in East Tennessee. As that one comes in for a second goal for Greenville, and they've doubled up on their lead. It's Liam McKinnon. He buries it to
Rendon with a couple stepovers on his left and scores! The man in red-hot form, Bruno Rendon, with yet another strike. And it's 1-0 Colorado. Still Ethan Horde. Never laid the ball off, and that's why! Ethan Horde's tenacity rewarded with a thunderbolt. Northern Colorado get a second.
Lukic on the overload, cuts it back to Malongo. Malongo in space! Mayo Malongo strikes again for Chattanooga. 6 goals in as many matches. Now looking towards Sebastian Vivas. It's loose. Vivas pokes it home, and there's no whistle from the referee. They are confident he can be a key piece. This is an arcing ball. It's in, and it's headed home. To Coutinho. Looking for Roberts. Oh, that's astonishing! Jamil Roberts with a stunner! Well, Papa Mensah charging through, finds Marsh, and he finishes! Chattanooga may have snatched the points.
Diouf plays it ahead for Nico Brown. Brown, his shot is off the underside of the crossbar. Lexington strikes first on the road and lead 1-0. Turn it in. Akale weaving through, getting to the end line. He puts it in front, it's turned home. Josh Stalling on the doorstep equalizes for Spokane Velocity. 1-1.
Lots of goals around the league, no goals here yet. Might be something in the second half. We step aside here on ESPN Plus. Stick with us for more halftime thoughts and commentary.
New flavors. The same traditions. Be the guest of honor. Add more flavor to your parties. El Jimador. Spiked Bebidas.
Shaw's in front of him, takes a deflection. Here comes Sacramento right back at Trevor Ammon.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
They're hungry for the women's game. They want to see women's soccer. They want to play women's soccer, and that's what we're building at the USL.
You can see it in my eyes, only want the best. Running every night, won't settle for less. Got me looking to the sky, got me feeling blessed. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest. Burning up inside of my chest. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest.
On the surface, your retirement plan might look solid. With your 401k or IRA, Social Security, investments, and insurance coverage, you appear to have it all covered. But what could you be missing? Below the surface, is your retirement exposed to too much risk? It's time for a deeper dive into your portfolio. We can help you uncover the risk that lies beneath the surface and learn about strategies to help preserve your savings. Get your free risk analysis today.
Back here in Windsor where we sit 0-0 at the break, but it's an exciting time for the sport in the US of A. It's the summer of soccer, and it is starting to sizzle up here across the USL and its divisions. A look at the league. Some great games on tap for you on CBS, CBS Sports Network, and ESPN2. Attention drawn to Phoenix Rising El Paso Locomotive. That will be a fun one there on Friday, July 19th. Team of the week coming up from this past week. Really great outfit across the league. This week 12, Ethan Horde in the squad. Northern Colorado Hailstorm with several players that have been at that caliber all season long. Bruno Rendon also in the team. It's a really strong outfit here. The coach of the week, Rick Wright, Greenville Triumph, flying right now. Liam McKinnon scoring goals for fun. And we've got some of the best goal scorers in this game in the league with JC Obregon and Bruno Rendon. Of course, again, yes, Rendon in that team of the week for week 12. Here's the live table as we see it right now. We mentioned Greenville Triumph sitting on 22 points. They've been so strong from the opening bell. You'll notice only the one draw, and I think that's an important point at this point in the season, but 11 games played. That's really why Northern Colorado Hailstorm maybe haven't climbed the table the way that they would have hoped. Only the 9 games played with the match here today. Starting to get those games in hand back, but it's been tough for them to pick up points and match the totals around the league. Going into some of the live scores here throughout the league. Union Omaha ambushing Lexington SC. Scored 4 goals right away. Lexington SC get 2 back as consolation. That not enough. We saw on Wednesday that thriller here at Windsor. Northern Colorado 2, Central Valley Fuego 2. Late goals from Northern Colorado ratcheting up the excitement. Maybe we can hope for something like that in the second half here of this one. Spokane Velocity winning 2-1 over Red Wolves. Richmond Kickers getting Madison. And, of course, one Knoxville taking down South Georgia Tormenta on Friday. We are prepping up for the second half here between Northern Colorado Hailstorm and Charlotte Independence. Looking for goals as it sits 0-0 between these two teams as they fight for playoff positioning approaching the midway point.
Every 2 seconds, a hospital patient needs help only blood can provide. That help depends on volunteer blood donors. When you take an hour and donate blood with nonprofit Vitalant, you can help save more than one life. Recent donor eligibility updates now allow even more people to roll up a sleeve and give. Learn more and make your appointment at Vitalant.org. Because of you, life doesn't stop.
Looking at some of the scenes here in northern Colorado, where it is 0-0 between Charlotte Independence and NoCo. At the break, a look at some of the first half highlights. There were a couple moments of opportunity in that first frame, despite the scoreless scoreline. There in the 3rd minute, getting started right away. On the front foot, it was NoCo. It was Noah Powder. And it was a really good chance and a really good save as Austin Pack rose high. Came up from that a little bit wobbly. You felt that throughout the rest of the frame. On to the 20th minute now. It was high pressure from Chelo Martinez. Flared one towards goal. Pack was leaning towards it, but not on target. Ultimately, no problem there from Chelo Martinez. Onward to the 36th, only moments later. Really good possessional ball movement. It was Lucky Oprah who played the incisive ball into Martinez, who fizzed it across the frame, and Rendon just whacked it right into the body of a defender from point-blank range. That was probably the best chance, you would say, of the first half, but ultimately, again, still scoreless as we enter into the second half. But here's what it looked like statistically in the first frame. About even on possession, more shots for Northern Colorado. They certainly looked more threatening in that first half. It was a little bit cagey, plenty of fouls, only 2 cautions. That's something to keep an eye on into the second frame as Jose Lara looks to try and keep a lid on this contest that's been a physical one at times throughout the first 45. Back to live action coming up here in Windsor. Northern Colorado Hailstorm, Charlotte Independence looking for a point of difference, and all 3 points entering the second half. Those StarCast skies yet to cast across the Colorado night. You could call it dusk as the floodlights are on, and the second half is underway. Two sides unchanged, at least in terms of the personnel. We'll see if the tactics remain the same. Nodding around mid-park, Martinez grabs hold. Can't filter it through, though, to an oncoming runner, and back the other way. Obregat gets a sniff. J.C. Obregat. And just jabbed out for another corner, 5th of the game for Charlotte Independence. So steady at the back, Haruki Yamazaki. Since arriving, Haruki Yamazaki into this team. Undefeated for Northern Colorado. Did lose in penalties technically to Union Omaha. Considered a draw, though, as it finished square after 90 minutes. That was in the Jaeger Cup. This corner kick is brought to you by Meadow Gold. In-swinger with thrust. Delgado's pinned in, knocked away, tapped down, still on. Back wide. Johnson rifles one out of touch. It's a goal kick. It appears there's a player down for Northern Colorado. Tried to use a substitution in the first half for Enoch Kwakwa. It's a lot of miles on those legs this week for Northern Colorado as they play that hard-charging game against Central Valley Fuego in the midweek. Third contest in only 7 days' time. It was Bruno Rendon who was shaken up, but he laces his boots and trots on. Thumped forward. Held up well. And slipped in behind. Chelo Martinez running on, lost his balance. Calm play out of the back by Nga. Maybe this spurs on Charlotte Independence. High touch, Obertot. Connecting now with Luis Alvarez. Dimmick. JJ and Alvarez presents himself once more. Clay Dimmick. Alongside Nick Spielman, playing all of the outfield minutes available so far this season, those two. Ball up for grabs. Putting two hands to it. That's Jackson Dietrich. And now the cavalry comes. Wide, Oprah. Decent ball, back post, it's Noah Powder! Ringing the posts. A menacing moment from Hailstorm. But nothing more than a memory at this stage as they go again. Bending on the byline, into the box, collision, decision, and it's no. Yamazaki with a penalty claim, and Austin Pack is doubled over again. Gotta be tough as he's fought through injury, coming out of the dressing room, those muscles tightening. Again, Austin Pack has played every moment of this season so far for Charlotte Independence. This is the third time he's required medical attention, and that is it. That is the hook. Universal signal for a substitution, and it is time for Matt Levy. This is going to be a slightly gentler introduction for him, having time to get to the dressing room, to steel himself, understand the opportunity that could be in front of him to make his pro debut. And Austin Pack is done. Matt Levy, 24 years old, Pembroke Pines, Florida native, played his college ball at FIU. And into the big leagues. His side will require a firm hand between the pipes. And you see it all over his face. Firms his brow to assure his teammates, but this is a big moment for him. And flows it downfield. Glancing headers in mid-park, Keegan. Railing one down the far line. Not sure that required a head by Nick Spielman. It may have bounced out over the line anyway, but no risk taken. Crash downfield, into the box. Oprah turns himself free. Dietrich! Just high. And it should be said, it looked like Matt Levy may have had that covered. Dietrich did put a long-range effort on frame in the first half. Austin Pack was able to provide a save. Throw in. Wing Shack is proud to sponsor Hailstorm FC and Future Legends Complex. Craving some cold beer and delicious wings? Visit wingshack.com or any of the 10 regional Wing Shack locations. Wing Shack gets a huge hail yeah from us. I'm sure Northern Colorado Hailstorm would like to spice up this contest. A little bit of confusion there, but the ball is in motion. Working wide. Intercepted there, jumping the route, Oprah, and winning a throw. It was a big intervention from Nga, as his side was a little bit disheveled defensively. That's a great ball. Dietrich darting in, flashing across the frame. And Keegan's a touch late. Joel Johnson into the center, chested down. Omar Sis. Another poor giveaway. Looking up, Rendon. Spiraling ball and clutched by Matt Levy, who smartly dumps it out into the path of Clay Dimmick. For the moment, they have numbers right now. Independence into the box, headed along across the frame. Dangerous from Garcia, my word. Off the hook there as Lalo Delgado was totally out of position to do anything with that. And it's a corner kick. You would imagine the idea there from David Garcia is to head it back towards his goalkeeper with a little bit of loft so he can handle it, keep the ball in the field of play, and have his side move out from the back with possession. Delgado hadn't read that script though. Again, a side in Charlotte Independence that have struggled to conjure much from corner kicks and set pieces this year. To the top of the area, Johnson. Jolting into the area. Nothing more than a throw. Three shots for Independence, only one on target to date. And God tossing a souvenir to a fan and tossing the ball into the box. Dietrich bashing through the tackle of Alvarez, and I think they might get Dietrich for a handball. He wasn't really fouled there, fell down and just jumped on the ball. See players do that a lot in the modern game to try and force the official to make a decision. That time it goes against Northern Colorado. Obregon, not much on, not a lot of motion or movement right now from Charlotte Independence. Alvarez picking up the pieces though as Oprah. Flipping a ball wide, it's Rendon. Oprah inverted planting himself in midfield. Breck Evans. Not quite. Breck Evans deputizing today with Johnny Fenwick out. 55 appearances for him is the sixth most in Northern Colorado Hailstorm history. Player with plenty of championship experience as well. Most recently in 2022 with Memphis 901 FC. Overton. Nearing the hour mark. Maybe something on here. Dimmick venturing forward deep in the attacking half. Now swerved back. Nick Spielman. Guiding down line. Well, that's clever. Having a hit, skipping towards the target there. Fabrice Nga had it blocked on the way through. Cello Martinez, now Dietrich. Rumbling away. Bruno Rendon. Rendon. This is Yamazaki. That's a bright ball, and Keegan can't get the engine started. .33-year-old striker just a little bit slow out of the blocks there. Alvarez. Turn to the outside and now back into the inside and over the head of Overton. And now we're gone. Rush down the far flank and out for a throw. The Charlotte Independent side struggling for form. They lost the first match of the season to 1 Knox, and from there went 8 games unbeaten with 7 victories in all competitions. But it's come all undone since. 2-1-6 in the resulting matches that followed that stretch, and you could tell Mike Jeffries in his demeanor, he wanted his side to start to take the fight to the opponent, to start fast, to not flinch. They've had moments where they've really presented quality, a lot of goal threat. But because of the injuries and some of the other things surrounding the travel schedule involved with this early part of the season, making this cross-country trip, in fact, a couple times, it's been tough for Independence. Belmar trying to do something about that across the frame of goal. And just closing the door is Northern Colorado, and this man, Rendon, blurring away. Well dealt with by Nga. Some of the one-on-one defending today has been standout. And maybe things starting to open up. Nga powered into the center. Sis. Omar Sis. Took too much time on the ball. Martinez, rather that Langlois, does well to keep it. Bruno Rendon, flirting with danger there was Lucky Oprah. Matt Levy alive to that danger and ends any present threat. Throwing to come, and you wonder when the managers might look into the dugout and try and alter things just a little bit, introduce some new elements. Each team has made a change, but through injury. Obviously, Austin Pack subbed off for Matt Levy at the start of the second half. We saw Patrick Langlois injected after Enoch Kwakwa picked up a bit of a knock. Alvarez flushed wide. Ranging forward now into the area, nodded away at the near post. Moving it along, Dietrich. And covered by Omar Sis. Takes his time on the ball before just smashing it to the other end. Powder, that's neat stuff. Cello Martinez on his bike. Martinez threading through Rendon. You give him 10 more yards, he probably gets there. Unfortunately for him, that's not the reality. Goal kick. It was a smart ball. It was a well-weighted ball. Matt Levy, the goalkeeper, did a good job of cutting the angle, not allowing Rendon the time to track that down. He's been about as good as you could ask for, Matt Levy, since coming in. Hasn't been asked to do much, but when he has been called into action, he has answered that call. Line skipping pass. Alvarez finding a pocket to the far side. Carlton Belmar can't dance away from sound defending from Haruki Yamazaki. Another corner kick. Corner kick brought to you by Meadow Gold, farmer owned, community loved. Another corner kick, this time with in swing. Charlotte Independence trying to break the duck, flicked on in the near post. Oberton. And a whistle. And it looks like the possession belongs to Northern Colorado. Not quite sure what that one was for. Select, the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. That Select ball rolling towards the byline now over the head of Keegan. And surged away for a corner. And it looks like Ayman Zayed has a couple bodies up and warming. Substitutions won the day, at least what felt like a win, getting that draw against Central Valley Fuego. But for now, it's just a corner kick. Back post ball. Could be something, and booted away. All the way back to Delgado. Obregon hot on his heels, had to be a good first touch, it was. Tight spot for Nka. Spielman. Obregon. Bumped from behind. He wins the whistle. JC Obregon catching that blow from behind. As the shoulder came in from David Garcia. Been a frustrating day for JC Obregon. Entered the contest with 10 goals in all competitions. The ball comes into the area and somehow finds its way in. What happened there? JC Obregon catches the opponent napping and leaves 10 goals in the rear view on the season. That's 11 now, and that's the point of difference. JC Obregon will look back at it. A fizzing delivery in that just perfectly caught the head. And you'll take it. You'll absolutely take it. JC Obregon, his 11th goal in all competitions. This is a Charlotte Independence team that tend to do quite well when JC Obregon is able to find the back of the net. And the pressure falls at the feet of Northern Colorado Hailstorm, who must come from behind again in the final 20 minutes. Right place, right time, right kind of header, and Lalo Delgado left to just look at it. It's possible it may have taken a touch off a Hailstorm defender on the way through, and that's why Delgado was so flat-footed. Yamazaki was in the area. Cello Martinez. Northern Colorado, the team with the question asked of them. Dietrich presents himself in the area, waiting on support. Oprah. That's a great ball. Caught a touch on the way through from Keegan. Matt Levy able to sink his claws into it, though. And it skips away for a throw. Dietrich. We'll see how much Independence sit off here. They would be happy with a point, you would think, in this tough road environment. They'll be elated with all three. Oberton is down. Shot from distance. Noah Powder didn't miss by too much. Maybe a foot tall at that. And a stop in play. It's Alvarez requiring attention, needing to be stretched out. We said it was unseasonably hot at kickoff. Touched 90 degrees today, but it's cooled off quite a bit. Currently sitting at 75 in Windsor. We'll get down to 55 before the sun comes up. Alvarez just trundled over from behind, maybe caught one in the face. As he was nipping at the heels of Noah Powder. And you don't want to suspect dark arts, but that said, with a lead to defend at this stage, Charlotte Independence will be, I think, grateful to watch some time come off the clock. The question again lies at the feet now of Northern Colorado. Goal scored by Obregon or an own goal matters not, as it appears it will determine the result unless something changes quickly. Hailstorm unbeaten in their last 8. That's at stake now. Matt Levy brushing downfield. Martinez. Yamazaki down line. And once more, it's just a little bit off kilter. Almost intangible, but it hasn't been the Northern Colorado side that we've been used to seeing in this good run of form. Obregon. Intercepted, well read. Now moving to the other end with some verve. Yamazaki peering into the box. Inquisitive ball falling for Oprah. That's a smart idea, but the delivery just wasn't quite there for Langlois. Oprah a step over. Served in again, cut out again. Northern Colorado backed off. Independence consolidated in defense. Powder. Into the area once more, away by Spielman. Yamazaki wins the whistle. What could be a dangerous set piece here. Independents have had the best set piece defense in the division this year, only allowed one set piece goal. Testing the metal. Matt Levy, an important role as a communicator, setting up all the defensive bulwarks for Charlotte Independence. Here it comes, played short. Dietrich across the frame, and Levy comes big. Digs it out after an awkward hop right in his lap. And nothing comes of it. Rainbowing down the far touchline, Obertot with room to reach it. Nga. Stabbed away. Not done away with entirely, though. Rendon keeping it in play. He switched sides now, picking up pockets on the near side. There was no advantage to be played after a bump. Rendon adjusts his sock as play continues behind him. A pair of changes appear to be on the cards for Northern Colorado at the next opportunity. Powder, a mazy dribble. Puts his foot on the ball. Wide to Oprah. Those wingbacks have been so valuable in this season for Northern Colorado, trying to make an impact. Back post and touched over the frame. Terrific goalkeeping from Matt Levy. Conjuring the right reaction in the moment. And the question is whether or not it's a goal kick or a corner. It certainly looked like Levy got a touch. Maybe it had already passed over the frame of goal. Hard collision. No foul. Yamazaki. Piercing pass. Martinez now wide, letting it lie. Oprah. Not enough gas in the tank. And a substitution being made here. Off is Dietrich, on is Irvin Para. Also looks like the day is done for Keegan. appears to be replaced by Billy King, a technical and creative midfielder. You wonder if that means Rendon goes up top. Irvin Parra, a former Independence player, played with them in 2021. 25 starts, 11 goals, pair of assists. Last appearance was a 20-minute cameo, Irvin Parra, in the Cup against CV Fuego. '51 career goals for him in the USL Championship and League One. Delgado. Northern Colorado not playing with the urgency you might expect for a side down 1-0 in the final 15 minutes. Yamazaki, that's a great ball. Billy King lets fly. It's blocked on the way through. And now on the counter, Oberton leaking out. Bounding away. Turning it back. Support arriving. Spielman. Sprung to the near side. Clay Dimmick. JJ. A midfielder who's moonlit as a center half pretty well today. Levy. Thumped away, leaving nothing to the imagination there. No risks to be taken. Evans. Gave it up, got it back. Yamazaki blows by his marker. Parra, well-weighted ball. King, back post. And scuffed away by Nga. Oberton shuttles the ball into the area. Delgado will keep it in play. Looks like 3 substitutions coming now. Charlotte Independence. Play continues as they wait and look on. That's a little bit overcooked. Ten minutes left to the tail. And a change to be made. Looks like Bashir and Jai, as well as Trezor and Mbuyu. And Shalom Dute will come on. Oberton off. Johnson as well. And Mbuyu will provide fresh legs in the wide areas. And Fabrice Nga substituted for a more natural central defender in Dute. Pause and play, an opportunity to tell you the Hart Distillery has delicious handcrafted cocktails made with locally distilled, award-winning craft spirits. It's the perfect way to unwind after a game. Check out Hart Distillery, a 21 and up establishment that gives you a one-of-a-kind experience. Goal kick. Northern Colorado got a step on the gas now. They dug themselves out on Wednesday. Can they repeat proceedings tonight? Eamon Zayed said to us in the build-up to this game, his team was just not really at it at the start of that CV Fuego game. It's been much of the same, to his disappointment today. That ball had trickled out of play much further upstream. Clay Dimmick to take. And it looks like the man of the moment yesterday is grabbing the match shirt. That's right. Real Gil, who scored the late equalizer that you probably saw on your social media feed somewhere. Certainly a contender for goal of the week last week, if not goal of the year to this point. Absolute screamer with the goalkeeper up in the 100th minute of play. Dimmick was booked for time wasting ahead of that throw. Foul in midfield. Into the center. Ball forward, running onto it is Alvarez. Pirouetting free, into the center, a lot of space here. All the way wide, Belmar. And Dimmick sitting on the ball, spinning it in. Obregon waiting on it, nodded away. Far side of the box, and Bouillou couldn't complete the skill. And Rendon looks up. Rolling it forward, Para. Rendon busting along to get involved. Powder. Langlois. Blade skimming ball to the far side, into the box. Hernandez's delivery is just pushed over the byline. It's a corner kick. Marky Hernandez joining the contest. Player often used as a substitute, scored in the last game against Independence. And a player down for Charlotte Independence. Alvarez getting stretched out again. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more on Sirius XM FC 157 in the new Sirius XM app. A chance from the corner flag. Alvarez will come off, Ibarra will come on. Into the mixer, toward the frame, and always rising over the goal off the head of David Garcia.
That was a corner. Your attention, fans, time again for a Quiznos substitution. Coming to the game for your
Here comes Real Gil. Langlois substituted into the game and then substituted out in the last stage. Much more attacking outlet here in Real Gil. Burst away by Levy. Evans didn't quite get that right. Throw in to come for Belmar. Charlotte Independence taking their sweet time. Well, that's an uprooting tackle. And just plucked away and out for a throw. Northern Colorado get going. Spread wide. Now all the way wide. A touch of skill, a touch of class. A ball into the box. Stepped away at the near post. Great reaction from Nick Spielman. Less than pleased by the defensive effort of his team there, Spielman. And it's another corner kick. Is there more magic? Gill lurks at the top of the area. Ball in. Skyscraper into the box. Still there. Hernandez touches it down. Evans had a stab. Didn't quite work it out. Again they go. Deep cross. Angled in. And just gliding clear. Maybe a long throw from Para. Has the blueprint. Irvin Para beamed into the box. Had a chance there. Northern Colorado. And hammered clear. Delgado lost it in the lights for a second. Obregon goes in clean. Maybe not. Looked like it was shoulder to shoulder initially. They're going to make Yamazaki retake this. Into the final minute of regular time here in Windsor. Skipped wide. Cross is blocked. Another throw in. You can imagine a healthy portion of stoppage time. And a lot of stoppages for injuries. Toward the target. King. That's a smart pass across the frame. Nervy moments right now. Independence fighting back, forcing the ball away from danger. Hernandez blocked out for a throw. Being told it's going to be 6 minutes of stoppage time. Confirmation. Para. Lobbed into the area. And gushing to the other end now. It's Independence. The Jacks jumping forward. Misguided ball. Poor touch from Irvin Para, but he recovers it. Rendon. Crunching tackle. And the foul is given. Free kick to come. This is prime real estate. It would take a lot of guts to go for goal, but this is a great spot to take a perch, take a look, and get it into the area. Here's the challenge for you. Trezor Mbuyu going in. He's fortunate he didn't do that a second later. Could have been a penalty. They wouldn't do it again, would they? Whole clone of bodies at the penalty spot. Hailstorm looking to invigorate the aerial targets. Ball in. And Levy sees it sting his gloves, only to be clutched off the ricochet. May feel bumblebees in his hands right now. But no butterflies. He has been calm in goal. Filling in for Austin Pack, who tried to push through an injury but couldn't make it any further than about the 50th minute. Toss back in. Tilting to the near side, Dimmick. Just slashes it out. Goal kick. If Northern Colorado has any swashbuckling swagger left, they must summon it now. That's a missile of a ball. What a touch to take it down. Lucky Oprah. Is he true to the name, to the back post? Hopping out of play. Parra will be the weapon of choice for the throw-in. Irvin Parra catapulting in. King. Some cries for handball. A stab at it. It's held on to by Matt Levy. No whistle ever came. Well, this will tell us. You see the initial header. Running onto it was King. Ball back across the box, and there may be something there. Hard to tell from that first view, but Bashir Njai certainly took that down awkwardly. The question is whether or not it was handled. Doesn't matter now, though. No VAR at this level, and it's left in the rear view. Two minutes left. Charlotte Independence to break the tape. They sit off, absorb pressure. Snaking away. Rendon was lurking there, but dealt with in the end. Obregon runs onto it, rolls wide. Belmar walking it forward. No rush, no urgency. Every touch taking him tantalizingly closer. Finally tackled free. Billy King. Retreating into their own end, Charlotte Independence. Real Gill coasted by one, but ultimately lost custody. Last chance saloon time for Northern Colorado Hailstorm. Checking in, King. Sails it into the area. Rendon is down. Now he's back up, puts a head to that. Gill. Real Gill. Swerving it across the 6. And ushered to the other end. Delgado's out of goal. But it won't matter. Full time. Charlotte Independence come on the road. The Jacks jump the hurdle. The high heights of Windsor don't alter their resolve. What a result for Charlotte Independence, who desperately needed that. Final 1-0. Northern Colorado, a little bit sleepy on the day, and they fall on their home ground. We'll break it down when we come back.
Every 2 seconds, a hospital patient needs help only blood can provide. That help depends on volunteer blood donors. When you take an hour and donate blood with nonprofit Vitalant, you can help save more than one life. Recent donor eligibility updates now allow even more people to roll up a sleeve and give. Learn more and make your appointment at Vitalant.org. Because of you, life doesn't stop.
On the surface, your retirement plan might look solid. With your 401k or IRA, Social Security, investments, and insurance coverage, you appear to have it all covered. But what could you be missing? Below the surface, is your retirement exposed to too much risk? It's time for a deeper dive into your portfolio. We can help you uncover the risk that lies beneath the surface and learn about strategies to help preserve your savings. Get your free risk analysis today.
Back here on the B side of 90 minutes of football played in the high heights of Colorado. The home side go down to Charlotte Independence. Taking a look back at how that happened. Charlotte Independence finding a way. They were dogged against an opponent that didn't offer a lot on the day and only took one moment. As we jump forward to the 49th, it was Northern Colorado on the front foot. They had a really nice look at goal, and Noah Powder just couldn't find Pater. Was inches away from doing so. That was basically the last we saw of Austin Pack, the goalkeeper. As you see it there, how close it can come. Into the 52nd minute now. As Northern Colorado, again, who started the half pretty well, working their way into the box, getting a look at goal, and the first action of the day for Matt Levy ends up being a shot just over the target, off the boot of Jackson Dietrich, who had a couple good efforts in the contest. Caught that first time, caught it sweetly, but not quite good enough. To the 66th minute now, and just an unfortunate deflection. Initially thought it may have come off Obregon, but scored as an own goal for Haruki Yamazaki, who tastes defeat for the first time in a Northern Colorado shirt as a result of that unfortunate bounce. See Obregon wheeling away in celebration. That's all it took. This is the tail of the tape. The stats, we showed you the own goal. Only 6 shots and only 1 on target for Charlotte Independence. But at the end of the day, it's their opponent that puts it in the back of their own nets. Possession crept up for Northern Colorado at the end as they had to answer the bell and try and find a way back into the game, but couldn't repeat magic from Wednesday. And they fall again here in this one. Their unbeaten run of 8 games coming to a close at home. Northern Colorado will have to try and get it right. They'll head on the road, face One Knox coming up. Another day in the books in USL League One. Matt Levy turns hero as his side keep a clean sheet and get across the line ahead of Northern Colorado Hailstorm. A big 3 road points for Mike Jeffries and company. They'll take them when they can get them. Charlotte Independence, the one that come away from this one smiling. For everybody in the booth, I've been Peyton Gallagher. We'll talk to you soon.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.